good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of The Celebrity Junk. Dima Isaac Hayes music! So guys, lying is not a good thing, even though we all do it. You get a girl's number, you tell them you're gonna call them back, you tell them you love them, you wanna be with them, but you know that you're lying, cause all you wanna do is booty clapper sounds! Once you get it, you might not call her back. But it's a part of life. But there are certain times where you probably shouldn't lie, and that's when another entity can probably prove that you're lying. And that pretty much deals with things under oath, like when you're in court. People have a lot of ways of finding out information from you, like cell phone records, computer records, forensic records. So if you lie, they will tell the truth. And if you're a person with a lot of lose, game is going to be over for you. And that brings us to this situation today. Rewind! Let's go back to Fani Willis's testimony. This is important. Fani Willis is really not on trial, but Fani Willis was the person to bring the case against Donald Trump, the election fraud thing in Fulton County. Now, Fulton County is a huge county to do so. The problem is that, Fani Willis hired her boyfriend, Nathan Wade, so that Nathan Wade could bill Fulton County. And he did so. Cha-ching sound effect! Upwards of like $800,000 when Nathan Wade wasn't even a qualified attorney to do so. So why is that important? Rewind again, Nemo! She brought a guy in which she should not have done so, which could even damage the entire case. But more on that in a second. Remember Fani Willis talked about how she met Mr. Nathan Wade? Let's talk about it.
Be very clear so that we don't mix words. I don't want to mix words in here. Mr. Wade is my friend right now. Mr. Wade, I would say, has been my friend since 2020. I think he started out as like a mentor and a professional colleague. He became my friend and somebody that I really respected. I feel very indebted to Mr. Wade for taking on the task of this job. And he is certainly my friend and one of the people that I respect the most. So if you ask about a personal relationship, I consider myself to have a personal relationship right now, Mr. Wade. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Anna Cross. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Mr. Abadi. I consider myself to have a personal relationship with Andrew Evans.
Okay, let me just clarify that.
I have a personal relationship with him as we speak right now. I don't think that's what you're asking. I think that's what you're asking.
When did your romantic relationship with Mr. Wade end? Did it end?
Me and Mr. Wade, we are good friends.
Then there's the famous clip of about how it's all a lie.
Please give me the time period.
Mr. Wade visits you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie.
Yeah, Fanny, you might not want it to say that. Fast forward! So now, Fani Willis, who made an ass out of herself, Trump's team says, hey, let's subpoena the records of the cell phones. And, well, here is what we're going to find out.
An explosive court filing in Atlanta today, now raising new questions about Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis and the relationship that she had with the special prosecutor that she hired to oversee the election interference case against former President Donald Trump. Cell phone data obtained by Trump's legal team shows Nathan Wade, that special prosecutor, visited Willis's neighborhood at least 35 times in the 11 months before Willis hired him in late 2021. Twice, Wade arrived late at night and left early the following morning. The data shows about 2,000 calls and 12,000 text messages between Wade and Willis from January to November 2021. Why this matters, the timeline is everything in this case.
Damn, we found out that he's been over there booty clapping sounds. Yes, this is way before the date of when you said that y'all met. Y'all met, all right, inside and outside your house. Booty clapping sounds again. Now, in this interview, they're going to ask a former district attorney of Fulton County, like, is this bad?
Joining me now on the phone is former assistant district attorney of Fulton County, Daryl Cohen. Daryl, thanks for joining us. We sat and watched as this hearing originally started. What do you make of these new revelations?
This is damning. At the very best, it's troubling. It seems to completely contradict the testimony of both Fani Willis and of Nathan Wade. And because of that, this could be a complete game changer in terms of how Judge McAfee decides to rule.
Well, yeah, these new realities are not that good. Okay. Now, what happens about this timeline? Why is a timeline so important? Let's check it out.
The timeline here. The timeline is extremely important. Get viewers up to speed about why this timeline matters.
Well, it matters because the testimony has been that Fani Willis and Nathan Wade became friends. They met at a conference, and he was hired before any of this took place, and that they did not have any type of relationship other than completely a business relationship. Now, if these texts and if these pings on the telephone are accurate, that changes the entire ball game and means that there could be some untruth that's been told under oath. In other words, it could be perjury, and I hope it isn't.
Yep, it proves that your ass is lying, but stop the show. Well, what else is important?
And
because this is very sad.
Yeah, I mean, at the heart of the matter, really, then, in this case right now, this has nothing to do with the actual case against Donald Trump and the other co-defendants in the election interference case. This is all to do with if Fani Willis, the district attorney, benefited financially from hiring who we know now ended up being her boyfriend. So that's why the timeline of this is so important. If it happened before, then there's a problem. If it happened after, it might be a problem as far as optics are concerned, but not necessarily something that would get the office kicked off this case. Now, let's just say the Fani Willis's entire office gets removed from this case. What happens next?
Then it goes to the prosecutor's counsel, and they locate a district attorney's office who is capable and willing of prosecuting the case. That could be near impossible. Clayton County District Attorney has already said she cannot handle it. That leaves DeKalb County, Cobb County, and that's about it, because it has to be a large office that has the ability and the people to prosecute it, and the budget, because the budget's going to just explode with this type of case.
So you're saying it could get thrown out altogether?
I'm not saying that, but it could.
Yeah, see, it proves that Nathan Wade benefited financially, not only Nathan Wade, but her also. Remember, they were taking trips, and you remember all the cash and stuff like that. And then he also talked about the other counties. So that would disqualify Fulton County if this is the case. So that means that this case against Trump is no longer going to be in Fulton County. Clayton County, Duluth, no. Other folks are saying there's no way we're touching it. And what could happen is all of these things against Trump get dropped. And then who will be responsible for it? You guessed it, Fani Willis. Give her a round of applause. Now it makes more sense why Fani Willis was so angry during the testimony. All the anger had to deal with lying. Now let me just say this. Attorneys should know what other attorneys can do. They should know that they can subpoena records. They should know that they can do all of these other things. But see, they never thought that they would be getting caught up. That's the situation, right? She never figured out that she'd be getting caught up. In fact, had she been not trying the Donald Trump thing, probably nobody would care. But because she is, all of this is coming back. And then you put your boyfriend in a position to get this money, which is a conflict of interest, which you're unaccountable for. And that's another L for black politicians. Just goes to show the corruption going on here, just like we've been seeing with Tiffany Henyard out in Dayton, Illinois. This is a complete joke and also a complete travesty. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy, Shadu Jackson, back at it again with another episode of Celebrity Drunk. Appreciate for all of you. Do subscribe to the bell. We're out.